We're here for Beyond the Fairways with Simon Majdulski, the Director of Rules and Handicapping at Golf Australia. And Simon, today we're talking about loose impediments just around the putting surface.
Mark, yeah, good to be with you. Loose impediments, unless the player's ball happens to be in a hazard and the loose impediment is touching the same hazard, the player is permitted to move a loose impediment. So in almost all instances, the player is permitted to move loose impediments.
So we've collected an array of loose impediments here. As you can see, there's a stone, there's a twig, some loose grass, some leaves, some sand just off the green, and some sand from a bunker shot just on the green. So Simon, you're saying that all of the early ones here can be moved?
Yeah, so loose impediments, what are they? They're natural objects that are loose, which means that they're detached. Sand and loose soil, that's a little bit of an odd one. Sand and loose soil on the putting green is a loose impediment, but sand and loose soil off the putting green is not a loose impediment, and the player can't move that.
What's the difference? Why is there a difference between the sand on the green and off the green?
Well, if you can imagine being in amongst sand hills where a lot of the sand is loose, we don't really want players digging around in the sand dunes to create little furrows for their club to swing through. However, when the sand or loose soil is on the putting green, that's obviously a very unusual situation, and the player is considered to be entitled to a very good surface with which to putt over. So in that situation, the rules say that the player can move the sand or loose soil. So Mike, just to demonstrate the point, the twig here, it's off the green, doesn't matter, I can move that. The stones, I can move those, no problem at all. These grass clippings, I can just move them to the side. Leaves, again, I can move those. This loose soil, this is off the putting green, so I can't touch this. However, this loose soil here is just on the putting green. There's the edge of the putting green. I can move this loose soil, as that's deemed to be a loose impediment. So after moving the loose impediments, this is the stroke that I'm now faced with.